I want to thank you for tuning in. I know I made this a requirement, and I appreciate you for listening to this. I'm going to go over very quickly a little video on why logos never work and how to select graphs and charts carefully. Okay, so let's start with an essay that I decided I'm going to write, and it's going to be a persuasive essay about the canine units for the military. And so I want the reader to go on and read the rest of my essay, and I'm going to select my title image. So let's come up with 3 options and decide which one is best. This is a logo. This does not show to me any kind of persuasive content to follow. Now, at the very end of my essay, if I indicate that I am going to support this canine unit and I want to include the logo so that the reader knows exactly what to look for when they are donating, because there are several canine units, then I might include this with a link. That's a possibility, but as a title image, this is never going to work. It doesn't tell me anything. Let's try the next one. This is a very complicated graph, and it's going to take the reader a long time to read this graph in the first place, and for a title image it wouldn't work, and I don't think it would be effective in the essay because it doesn't tell me what this stuff costs, and I want the reader to be persuaded to support, right? Okay, let's try the next one. I like this one as a title image because notice the earth around, and it just looks, it makes the dog look like it's just performing superhuman feats to me. So this draws me in. The colors, the focus into the center, this dog, everything just inspires me to want to read more. So this one might work. Let's try the next one. If I want to appeal to my reader on an emotional level based on how a dog in the military might enhance the performance of a soldier, I might want to use this image, because this certainly does appeal to me based on the connection between a soldier and a dog. So that's a possibility. So of these choices, either 2 or 3 would work, but not the other logos. Okay, let's try another topic. This is fun, isn't it? We're only going to do 2 more of these. Let's say that I want to write my topic about obesity, and I'm going to evaluate some procedures for obese people, and I want to choose my title image. Okay, so let's look at 3 options for the title image. This is a logo. There is no place in this entire essay where this logo is going to work, because I'm writing about obesity to people in the United States, about people in the United States. And I can assume that if in my paragraph I write fast food, my reader knows what that means, and I do not ever need to include logos to enhance those words. So that one's not going to work. Let's look at the next one. This is the most complicated graph I've ever seen in my whole life, and this explains obesity. Now, if I use that as my title image, my reader is not going to understand that this essay is about obesity. In fact, I can't imagine any place in the essay itself where this chart and graph is going to work, because I'm going to have to point out with an arrow the one thing I want my reader to see in all of this swirl of information. So that one's not going to work. Let's look at the last one. This could be a perfect image for my essay. The reader's attention is drawn to the center where the problem is. This says 1,000 words in one image. It's not offensive because there's not anything gross shown. It could be a man or a woman. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that it is focused on the issue. Okay, let's go on to our last little example. Let's say that I'm writing an analytical paper for a dinner party or for hero archetypes or the classics or one of those types of essays, or any kind of essay really. And my topic is a woman's right to be heard in conversation, to contribute to a conversation. Okay, so I'm going to go through the ages, and in this paragraph or this section of the essay, I'm talking about how women were viewed in conversation in the 18th century. And I want to use an example to explain to my reader what at least one person felt about women in conversation. So we have two choices for an image that will enhance that content. Choice number one. This is the picture of a book. Now, I'm going to be talking about Henry Fielding and how Henry Fielding felt about women, but this does not tell the reader anything. This is a book. You've already shown the book title in the essay as well as the bibliography, so if the reader wants to buy the book, the reader can find the book. The book does not tell me anything about the content of that paragraph. So let's look at choice number two. Do you see that this image illustrates what that paragraph was discussing, which was the 18th century view of women in conversation? These men are actively engaged in conversation. These women, bless their little hearts, are sitting there like little statues. Okay? That's it for this little tutorial, and I appreciate you once again for tuning in, and I hope that this helps you understand why logos never work and why the use of charts and graphs for title image purposes never work. So you want to have pictures that are engaging, that draw the reader in if it's a title image, and you want an image that enhances what your paragraph is trying to communicate in an image that accompanies that paragraph within the essay. I know we're working on everything from argument essays to hero archetypes to dinner party to classics to all kinds of different things, but the rule always applies the same. That concludes this tutorial.